Hi everybody, it's Lorna with Lamont Brothers, and we're here at a beautiful home in Lake Oswego at the Street of Dreams PDX. I'm here with one of our designers, Nikki, and we're gonna show you 4 interior design trends and a can't miss bathroom. Now this house was done by Exceptional Homes by Andre, who you'll get to meet later. Street of Dreams is a fabulous place to idea shop, so let's go take a look.
Made our way over here. Tell me your favorite room. Every room has something to look at. Yeah, it has 2 of everything. It has 2 dishwashers, 2 kitchens. Nice. It has 7 fridges, 4 ice makers, 2 cooktops, 1 here, 1 outside.
Nice.
It has 2 walk-in closets, 2 staircases.
Okay, so walking through this house, one of the biggest things that stood out to us at first was the wall textures, just textures in general. Nikki, what is your take on the type of wall textures that they're using, how people could implement it?
Yeah, so this is a great example of a hand-troweled wall. We spoke with the home builder, Andre, when we first got into the house, and he explained that it's kind of an old world look. As you can see, there are kind of some skipped parts here where the plaster or the mud gets kind of skipped over and it leaves these voids. The reason I really like this is because it's a little more modern than a eggshell or a knockdown texture, which can be really busy looking, but it's not going to be quite as precious as a level 5 smooth drywall where you wouldn't have any texture. So another one of the fun textures that I've been noticing throughout this house is the use of these wood and felt acoustical panels. So we have the oak strips that are going to help to break up the sound waves as they bounce around the room, but also embedded within them, the black color that you see is actually a very high density felt that will also help to absorb some of those sounds, which I don't know about you, but I've been noticing a lot more people being
like aware
of the sounds ever since COVID. You know, we all had to hide in our houses and work from home. Exactly. And the kids are loud, the dog's loud, your partner's loud. Exactly. So anytime you can reduce that sound bouncing around your home, transmitting, is a great thing.
Agreed. Definitely. And then like throughout the rest of the house too, in the use of like tile and even the finishes on.
Oh yeah, some of the different metal
finishes.
Yeah, the different finishes on some of the hardware. We've got some knurled texture kind of throughout, which is a fun little industrial feel.
And it's like throughout the whole house.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different countertop materials. Some of them polished, like you see here. We've also come across some honed slabs, which are just gorgeous. They offer a lot of texture. They don't really show a lot of like little fingerprints that can be more prevalent on a polished finish.
And that office, like that was some funky.
Let's take a look at that.
Let's take a look at that because it was so interesting and cool and like just different. Yeah, you put your hand on that and it totally feels different.
It does. It almost looks like someone loaded it up with plaster or drywall compound and came through with a fine comb or a brush of some sort to really bring out these kind of highs and low textures. And then it almost looks like there's more than one paint color as well, because you can see kind of a modeling effect throughout.
Definitely.
So Andre, what can you tell us about that wall texture in the office? That kind of is the black texture that almost looks like kind of brushed or combed.
That we tried to mimic a concrete wall look.
Okay, so that was hand
it was
rendered?
Yep, hand rendered, yes. So it's a mixture of concrete and a glue.
We always consider when a remodel is like, how can we make lives easier? There's a couple of really great examples of convenience in this kitchen, actually throughout the house. Why don't we go through a couple of the ones that we found that we love?
Yes. So one thing that we always recommend to people is a trash pull-out unit, which this kitchen of course has. An additional feature that we don't often recommend, but I probably will start, is a built-in cutting board with an opening directly into the trash below.
Like it's genius.
You can still pull it out when you need to clean it, wash it, let it dry, put it back, you're good to go.
It would save me many a time of dropping like things on the floor as I'm running to my trash can.
You don't need to scoop things off the counter. Yep, it just falls right in there. Another great convenience factor is this workstation sink. One thing I particularly like about it is the countertop is one level, but there's also a second level within, so you can have additional accessories inside. Another convenience, this kitchen has not 1, but 2 dishwashers. No arguing about unloading that dishwasher.
A pot filler?
The pot filler, yes, a great one. Yeah, so a pot filler is literally, as described, a faucet that is for filling your pots. They're typically mounted at the cooktop or range area so that you can bring your pot over, set it on the stove, and then have it filled here. This one's nice and high, so it can fill, you know, a really large pot, and it's not something you're gonna have to carry around.
Yeah.
Another one of the great features is this butler's pantry, a completely closed off portion of the kitchen that is going to be a workhorse for whoever lives here. You've got a nice big farmhouse sink, microwave, wall oven, and behind you there's a refrigerator as well. So you can get a lot of your work done in here and maybe not dirty up your beautiful showcase kitchen out there as much.
So like great for Thanksgiving.
Yes, great for Thanksgiving. You can kind of create a mess and go hide from everybody who wants to help but doesn't.
Yeah. People can like sit around, eat, visit.
Yeah.
You can be working in the kitchen, getting the meal ready.
Everyone gathers in the kitchen, so give them their own kitchen and you can hide in yours.
Now, I mean, if you didn't think that that was already enough, this guest bedroom is even better. We all got a kick out of this.
So the guest room has its own prep sink that looks like a workstation as well. It does have a ledge inside of here, so you can put either a draining rack or a cutting board in here. We've got a fridge freezer drawer set here, so you can put your leftovers. You've got an ice maker in here, make those nice frosty drinks at night. And then you also have your own ensuite here for your guest as well, so they don't need to invade somebody else's bathroom space and they have complete privacy.
So all of the things we've looked at, the big question is, why would someone actually want to consider putting these as part of their remodel, large or small?
Well, a remodel is a large investment. Many of us don't do a lot of them throughout our lifetimes, so I like to recommend these things because you're here. Typically in a new build, these features are not going to be included. You may be able to include them maybe with somebody that is a custom home builder that can upgrade their base model with some of the features that you ask for.
Okay.
Sometimes you might just get what you get. If you're buying an existing home, of course, the seller is not going to be adding beautiful convenience features, different textures and things like that. They're selling a product. If you come to a remodeling firm like Lamont Brothers, we can talk to you about what kind of features you'd like to see worked into your space, whether that's a kitchen, bathroom, bedroom, or just kind of a living space in general.
So, I mean, we've given you a couple of examples to think about things to put into your home if you're looking for a couple of upgrades, but we may have hinted at it before, but this bathroom is incredible. I mean, look at it, huge. You could soak for hours in this tub, beautiful natural lighting, a shower that goes on for days. Sit if you like, keep going, use either shower head. We got, I think, a rainfall one over there. Would you consider this another rainfall?
Yeah, that's another rainfall.
So like 2 rainfalls, a little handheld one if you needed it. Then when you're done, just step right back out and into your space. Not just a his and hers sink. There's literally 2 sinks. It is a seated vanity, so you know, if you need a little space to do your makeup every morning,
all you need to do is provide your own stool.
So when people are looking at different things that they could put into their homes, the second thing that we notice in this house that might be a great feature would be integrated LED lighting.
Yes, so one thing looking at this bar, it's already beautiful. No complaints. Is that not better? What we have here is a recessed aluminum profile with an acrylic lens, and this is basically housing for your LED tape lighting. And the really thoughtful thing that they did here was not only illuminate down below the shelf, but also the space up above it so that you have that light that's also continuing up to the ceiling.
Yeah, and we see this throughout the entirety of this house.
Yes.
Like it's in the kitchen, it's in the bathrooms, it's in a couple of the closets. Like you open the door and it's, hello, here's your clothes.
It's around a lot of the ceilings as well.
Yeah.
There are small light balances pulled from the wall slightly so that they can just put a little track behind it and wash that light down the wall.
Yeah.
So here's an example of a little light balance that they've installed just along a wall. This one's a feature wall. It's got some nice shiplap boarding on it. But as you can see, if you look up there, it's just hiding enough room for an LED channel. If we step into the walk-in closet over here, you can see a lot more uses of some of that integrated lighting.
It's the closet of our dreams. Welcome.
Here you'll see we have some toe kick lighting underneath the cabinets. And then inside of all of the shelving units, they have an aluminum channel here, but this one is an angled channel instead of just a flush flat mount. And that way it directs light at a 45-degree angle instead of one way or the other.
Another thing that we notice walking through this house is like the intentional and creative use of materials throughout a space, particularly within the bathrooms. Do you want to speak on that a little bit? What we noticed?
Yeah. So again, we have another variation in our slab texture. Here we have what looks like a black granite that has a leathered texture that is created with wire brushing to help kind of remove some of the softer minerals within the stone, and that is leaving this great pitted texture here. Downstairs on that quartzite, it was removing some of the veining in there, so that it kind of highlighted that a little bit more.
Yeah.
But a great thing in this bathroom is not only are they using this countertop and the backsplash here, but they've peppered it around. Here we have a windowsill with the same material. We've got our shower threshold at the shower entry. And then if you look into the shower, the niche is constructed of the same material with a nice frame and a back piece.
And this gives like a cohesiveness to the space?
Yeah, so it just kind of helps reinforce that as a primary material, even though it's not the material that covers the majority of the walls in here. It just helps to speak and tie in everything. So this tile here, we've got some darker grays, some lighter grays. The tile at the back of the shower on the floor is a little bit more solid colored in that medium tone. And then again, those darker veins on this tile pick up this granite really nicely.
Cool.
What was your favorite part, by the way?
I love the Venetian plaster. The Venetian plaster is
the way it feels, right?
oh my, yeah, it's like glass.
I love
Nothing
just
like
touching
it. Yeah, I know. I was like, I don't want to like get all my oils on it, but I do want to touch it just for a second.
I actually stole the idea from a Louis Vuitton. That's where I got the idea.
Yeah.